Hey everybody, welcome back to our glorious republic. I've been letting it run for several months, trying to just get progress on things. And the track builders have managed to get all the way out, at least this far. To perspective, this is Zernowski right here. And we're trying to get things out into our plastic area here. And track builders are all the way out this far. We're going to hopefully get this connected, and it will hopefully begin to be a loop here in a second. So the loop will, of course, be where it's already built, and then finally we can get this part connected, and then it starts to build out that way. I have redesigned a little bit here with how this is going. So the plastics are going to be located right here, kind of back to back, but the important thing here is that it puts the oil pipes that direction and the walking path connection on this side for these buildings. So walking paths are right here, right? And I guess they could make them here too, I guess, whatever. And then the oil is on the backside over here. Okay. I've redesigned how this rail is going to go together. It's going to look a little bit strange, but remember, as long as all this one intersection, it all is one orange section, there will be no train conflicts. And so we have basically our signals are going to be here, right there, and back here. And so this has been redesigned a little bit just so that I can have a nice intersection here and continue this rail out this way. Because the way I had it designed before, it just wouldn't work that way, or at least it wouldn't look very good. So nice big diamond intersection for trains here with a crossing in the center. And that crossing in the center on this direction is pretty important because any train that comes in this side, it needs to go back that way, is not going to be able to do so unless I cross that. So now the real challenge is going to be whether that train is going to go straight that way. So whatever route we end up going with this train, it must return to that track to keep going this way and around in order to do that. So we're not going to have any trains coming up this way, dropping it off, and then going back. And that's actually a bummer because this might be the best way to go. Pick up the oil here, come on in and drop it off, right? And so what I'm also thinking of doing here is putting in a crossing on this side too, real quick. So we'll just move these signals back to here, and we'll basically have a crossing there like that, and one on this side like that. So the signals for this end up being back over here, which is good because it's not going to interfere with that road. And then the trains end up just waiting a while. Like, they're going to end up waiting far back from the intersection a little bit. I don't anticipate it being very busy, but I want flexibility in where trains go. And this is the best way to go ahead and do that, in my opinion, just by the way things work. So let's get this guy out of the way. Both of these guys should be able to pass by each other on opposite sides. I do have to babysit this quite a bit just because of how track building works. And the fact that they won't enter into zones, even if they're not going to conflict with with another builder, just getting past this signal is just not allowed. So we're going to have to babysit this a little bit, as I have been for a while. We're also getting train. I'm going to make sure I get this really quick. Right there. We're going to make sure we're also getting this over here done too. So all of this, electrified as it is all the way out this way. And it looks like they just finished building this railroad connection for electricity as well. So it's pretty good. And then the track builders should now auto search this. I'm hoping anyway. I don't think I can delete these. It's not letting me do that. So, but we should see that happening pretty soon too. The fuel train, last video, we bought the, we got the big tanks in here and we had to set them up with that depot over there. Well, I went ahead and I added it. And so this train now hauls 700 tons of oil up to the refinery. And that is working pretty well so far, I got to say. We're cruising on pumping it, but we are not pumping it as fast as we're shipping it out with the train, which is beautiful because that means we have room to expand in that, right? We don't have to make the train any longer, which is a good thing because the train now rests when it parks here. The back end of that train now stops right about here. And so it needs to be able to cross onto that track in order to keep going. So that's an important thing. I don't believe we've electrified this side yet. If I was to check this, I don't think... Yeah, none of this has been electrified. So we stopped probably right here. Nope, not even there. All right, right there. So we stopped before this intersection. So we still have some electrification to do to actually get an electric train to be handling our fuel. But so far, this is working out pretty well, and we are full on fuel again. In fact, maxed out full on fuel, which is fantastic, because that means that we're going to start getting fuel pushed into this tank organically instead of having to manage the supply. So now the extra fuel, once both of these big reserve tanks are full, that's 3,000 tons of fuel. Once these tanks are completely full, then and only then do we start sending it to the train to send it out this way. And that's great. So we're going to build up a reserve here, which is great. I just said great a lot, didn't I? Sure did. That's pretty great too. And this also already has 1,300 tons of fuel, so lots of fuel out that way. And then we should have a lot of fuel over here as well. Indeed, we do. So I would say we solved our fuel issues. We don't have to deal with fuel anymore. Yeah? I don't think so. And assuming that we've completely solved our fuel issues, I think this entire setup is done now. Yep. We don't have any more oil to bring in over on this side. I actually don't remember checking this, and I probably should check this. Is there any oil on this side I could bring in? No, just absolutely not. There's nothing over here. No uranium, bauxite, no. Iron, coal. I mean, there's a little bit of coal, I guess, but this land over here is mostly useful for farming. I think is probably going to be the most useful thing here. Collisions aren't good, but it's really colliding with a track builder, so not a big deal. We have electrified out this way, right? We did all this, but we haven't done this direction at all. So I might want to start looking at the possibilities of electrifying segments of track that go this direction too. And since there's not a whole lot of traffic here and these trains can choose to use either side of this, I say we just close down one side and just go ahead and do it. So let's close down this. We'll force the trains to go the other way. We're going to go like that, like that. Here we go. Just marking it in to be electrified. All of this gets electrified. And then I'm not going to do this little segment here yet, although I think I actually already did. Yeah, this part's done. So this part's done. So once that's done, it'll actually connect all the way up to here for electrification. And then once that's completed, we can then do this segment. That does kind of cut the route for this locomotive here. It's taking passengers, workers, etc. all over the place. It's going to kind of get in the way of this. We'll see. But yeah, track builders will get on that in their own time. We have up to 200 workers in that construction area. I could probably shift that up to like maybe 230 for a bit. I'm not sure if that's gonna really matter. We'll see. As far as crops and stuff goes, we're starting to fill things back up here again. That feels pretty good because it's fall. We're harvesting, right? So all the farms and stuff are happening again. And we got 2,000 in storage here, along with the train on its way to drop off the next load. So overall, I think we fixed our food issues, at least temporarily. We are going to need more fields, though. We're going to need more fields, and it might even be helpful once we get more fields going. I think it would also be helpful to probably get that second train going. Oil refinery is on fire. Oh, no. This is not good. This is a very expensive building, but it does take a long time for the fire to progress as well. Although it looks like it's stuck at 1%. Is that because we... Oh, no. We have 6 firefighters on the scene. That is not enough. Let's go. Get that other truck in here. There we go. Bring that down. As the longer it's on fire, the more wear and tear it gets. So we're going to need maintenance even faster now. That's unfortunate. And I think we can open this up a little bit more, shall we? I think we will. I think we'll go 260 workers there. Process that even faster. Beautiful. Now we're starting to bank up some fuel in this tank as well. That's going to be really nice. So once this one's full and it has nowhere to go, what do we do then, right? Well, I've been thinking about that. And I think what we'll do, once this tank is totally full, what I'd like to do is somehow get the fuel to get sent into this pump here, if we can, because that will allow us to sell excess fuel. But I can't do that very well. Unfortunately, I can't, because if I can't come off of this side, right? This goes into this, and I can't prioritize here. I could try, but the thing is, no, I can't prioritize this one, sorry, because this is a merger, right? So it's not splitting. And this one here splits. But I think I can do it here. Yeah, I can do it here. Okay. I'm just trying to get reacquainted with my system here. So number one, it goes into here and it fills up these two tanks. Once that's full, then medium will take over, goes to here. And then finally the 2 is the output low, and the output low gets to go right over here. We'll go 1 all the way across this and pop it into there, man. And I gotta tell you, that's gonna feel pretty good. Yep, boom. Just like that, all right? And we'll go ahead and get our construction crews to work on that as well. So with all that being done, that's gonna feel super sweet. Look at that freaking army of helicopters taking off. With that done, once this tank is totally full, then we just start selling the fuel. This is gonna keep the ball rolling, because otherwise we're not gonna be able to produce bitumen because we won't have anywhere to store the fuel. So you always have to have a place for stuff to go. And that's what this refinery is all about here. It's gonna be great. What I really would like to see are these tanks full, because then I might even be able to talk myself into sort of retrofitting this area so we can feed these places by a pipe instead. This is so packed, man. There's just so many buses here all the time. I don't think they're waiting too long to the point where they leave. Like, I think they're still getting to work, but it's just taking a very long time. Got to do something else about this. I don't like how this is. So I think one of the things I might be able to get away with here is flipping this. Let's try it this way. We'll have you come in this way. See what you think about that. Because now you're going to be forced to turn and get into here. I guess you might end up doing that, but I could make the waypoint. Let's make a waypoint here. We're going to say the buses have to tag up on a waypoint right there. Okay? So this route right here, I don't want you going up here. All right? Instead, you're going to tag up on that waypoint. All right? And now you got to go that way. All right, and then the next bus, that's just the refinery stop. So all of these should be doing that. So the next time they make the route through here, they're gonna have to do that. And honestly, I probably could have made them tag here, and then they could have went this way instead. Because otherwise, they're still waiting on this road. They could have turned right here, right? I think that's the better call. Yeah, why don't we try that instead? We're gonna make another waypoint. Let's cancel that. We're gonna go ahead and remove this waypoint right here. We're gonna add a waypoint. Let's add it here. Yeah, we're gonna add it right there. All right, and then honestly, would it be really nice if these things would just be smart enough to go around? You know, like I could maybe force them to tag here and then they go around this way, but then they get into this cluster here. I think this is okay as long as they're turning off of this road and not piling up here. Just look at how many cars are on this street, man. I don't know. I think I got to get them off this road. Yeah, I think that's the solution, honestly. I'm going to make them turn left here, which isn't great, but it might be better to turn left here than it is to hold up all this. This is a ridiculous line. I'm going to try that. So we're going to say that you tag up on this waypoint, and then you tag up on, you know, that one. That's fine. And you're going to come out this way. And, you know, at this point, you could just get in there. Wherever you're going to go at this point, I think you just choose. Okay? And I don't want it to be on the vehicle only. I want it to be on the whole route. So let's change this to the whole route. And the whole route is going to go now, tag up on that stop and that stop. And then at that point, you just get where you want to go. But at this point, you're already on this road, so you should be kind of turning. All right, you're going to choose to turn there. That's okay with me. Now you're kind of making a loop. I think that's healthier for these green buses. I freaking hope so, because, oh my God, that's terrible. How are the prison buses doing? This is just going to the food factory anyway, but it's just got, there's nothing there, man. There's just so many vehicles. I so regret. So many regrets not making this 4-lane road, man. I should have known this was going to happen with 4 lanes. Like, right, it needs to happen right here. Maybe we'll make this a one-way this way and this a one-way this way. Let's see what that does. I already did it the other way, right? Where I made this go this way, but maybe we'll bring it this direction. It's probably healthier. So we can try that. We'll make this a one direction and this a one-way in this direction. All right, let's see if this changes anything. Last time I tried the one-ways, I lost access to food. It wasn't pretty. It's just like I started having food problems nearby, right? So we'll see if that happens this time too. Oh, it will though. Well, maybe not. These guys can get out and then they can go and turn left here and then get up that way, which takes pressure off of this road. That's what I'm trying to do, is spread these guys out. So we'll try that out and see what happens. There we go. And then this is going to be like that. And this is going to be like that. It already is. Okay. Let's see how that fixes traffic, if it fixes traffic. Yeah. And you know what? I think it's probably time to start building the second food train track, right? Probably start time to try to build this one. So to do that, we're going to have to build a little wooden track because we don't have any access to that right now. So we're going to have to build a little wooden track. And I swear, if they ever add like track maintenance to this game, I'm just screwed. I would hate that so much. We're going to bring this track right here just along the backside here. And we're going to get it hooked up to where it's... I know it's maybe probably longer than necessary, but it's the boards. At least it's cheap. Get you out this direction, and then let's just make you go like this. And once you connect here, then you'll be able to build this one, and then you'll also be able to cut back as well. So, and then you'll be able to do this entire stretch. And the best part about that, I think, is that you're not going to disrupt the food train at all because there's no signals on the food train's line. You're never going to cross into this line, right? You're always going to be on the opposite side until you get to here. But this is already done on this side. So really, you just have to build it up to here. And then you have to get back, though. So, yeah, you know what? Tell you what. Why don't we just... Can we please? No? Yeah. Okay, we'll go out just a little bit wider. Let's pull it back from here. We'll go just a little bit wider with this. Say maybe here. And then up. And then you should be able to connect. Oh, man. I'm just not far enough back. All right. Let's pull it back even further. All the way back here. Yeah, we'll bring it this direction and then up. We should be able to now merge onto that side. There we go. We'll do it like that instead. And then it needs to be that way. All right, good. So now we'll take our track builders. We'll tell them to start working on this too. So you can get that other electrified rail going for the food train. Where'd it go? Losing track of myself here. Here we go. This one. Yep, this one. And then you should auto-detect this too. Yeah, you should be auto-detecting all this stuff. But we're going to make these high priorities so that once they're done, you focus on them. And then from that point, you're going to get the food train rail going too. All right? So we'll just have that go all the way back like this. All the way back to here. And then this one. All this stuff should start being auto-searched eventually. But now... I'm at least just marking it so that it is. And then all the way up to here. Yep. And then at that point, we can also get that one going. Can I remove the marker on that? No, there's a crossing there. Okay. Eventually, we're not going to have a crossing at all. The crossing was only there originally just so I could cross over and do this track. But I don't think I'll even need it anymore. I mean, I can keep it and then just do the signals. But I don't think I'll really even need it. All right, these are all considered high priority tracks now, and the track builders should be able to handle that. Let's see what we got going on here now. Yeah, that's not working better. That's ridiculous. That is not working better. You know what it really needs? I think what we really need here is a bigger bus stop. You know? I think a bigger bus stop is going to be required for this whole setup. Yeah. Okay. We got to do something about the traffic jam. That means just getting back to two-way streets, man. I don't know. Like, I wish I could fix that. Maybe we can still tell the green buses to have that route, right? We can leave that alone with the green buses, but we allow the two-way street to exist still. Maybe that will fix it, because now I am forcing everyone to take that kind of a route, and this is for sure going to mess up food again, and it's already having an adverse effect on our unemployment rate. We're up to 7% now. All right, so we'll take this back. We'll make sure that people can move again. We just need to remove one of these vehicles. I can put you right back to workplace. That will get rid of that one. Yep, get rid of that one. Is there any other ones? Right here. Home, home. Any of these buses. You can go to the building office. Should be able to take you home. I need to free up something over here, though. You have bitumen on you, so I don't want to disrupt that. You're trying to go to the refinery. All of these are trying to get in here. So it's at this side. We're bottlenecked here. Are we just waiting for the light then? I think that's what it is. I'm going to give this side the right-of-way right now. And then let's get this light. Yeah, let's keep it on this cycle right here, just so we can clear this out of here. So keep this light on green for a bit. I can let these guys out. And that should start to clear up any second now. But I think I need another bus stop in here. I want to say there's room, you know, like there's maybe room to put one in here. I don't know what kind of bus stop to use. This isn't really changing much. So maybe it's a platform that we need to have instead. You know, these are pretty big though. There's a smaller one though right here, and this is a one-way, which might work better. This bus platform has 2 stations for vehicle loading, which really isn't all that much different than what we've got going here. The difference though, I guess, is that they're all coming from one direction, so they can be a side-by-side instead of being one at a time like this right here is one at a time. So I think that might be the situation right here. Maybe I switch this out with this one, or we could say like this one's got 3. This is probably the one. Yeah, I think we want to do that. Now if we do that, we're gonna have to tear down this road, which is a pretty fast process. There's gonna be an awful lot of buses that just have nothing to do. So we're gonna change the refinery route now. And instead of stopping here at this bus stop, we're going to have you stop at the refinery specifically instead. No, I can't do that. And then I can't do that, because if I do that, then I remove all my workers from chemicals. I could move it. Like, I could take this temporary stop and maybe move it somewhere else. If I move it up here, would they still be able to walk across this? I did above ground pipes here, so not really. I might be able to get away with... Nah, I can't even connect that. I mean, I'd be able to once I place it, but I have to place the bus stop here anyway. I mean, I'm just gonna have to take a hit on resources for a bit, you know? We'll turn the distribution on to buy chemicals, drop them off. We'll turn distribution. We're really good on oil, right? And fuel and stuff already. We don't really need the refinery rocking at 100% here. But this intersection has got to stop, right? We've got to do something to clear this up. It is way too busy here. Everybody's trying to use this road. So many regrets not having this be a 4-lane road. And there's really no way to fix it unless I destroy this track. I have to destroy that track. But that disrupts my food. It's gonna have to happen. I think that's what's gonna have to happen. I'm gonna probably do that, you know, next video or something. I don't want to do it right before winter, but I think in the spring, I think right in the springtime, when we're, you know, not harvesting or anything, we don't have any more left to go. The crop train's just sitting over here waiting to load, and we don't have a whole lot to do. I think when that happens, I'm gonna demo this track, which is gonna require a connection. Ooh, boy. Okay. Real quick, we're gonna say that this doesn't build. Actually, it's already marked for not building, so there we go. Yep, we're only gonna build up to here anyway. So this one's not marked to build. And you know what? I can probably do something like this, so that they will build this, but they won't build this part, right? We could try that. So this little segment here will still need built, but we can tear this out when the crop train's not running. Get that road to come to here. Tear out the walking path. Probably have to reposition that post, that power pole there. We can get this to here, and that way all of these cars will turn onto that road and go, and we'll be left with, you know, a divergence right here instead of the divergence being way back here, because this is where everybody's turning. You know, this is where everybody's kind of coming together here, and it's no good. Oh man, that one way was a really big disaster, wasn't it? Jeez, I messed it up so bad. It wasn't this bad before. Now it's just going to take a lot of time to clear up. And it's really this direction that has to hit. I think we do this. For now, I'm going to do this right here, just to give this a really long sequence so that we can just go, 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 right? And these guys are trying to turn left, of course. So maybe we give another sequence after this that just lets 4 go for a second. It's going to be just 4. And then I don't know what that sequence is, but just 4 should go for like 25 seconds. All right, we're gonna change this up to really heavily favor this side. And then we have to be very selective, I guess, and still give cycle 1. We still have to do that so that these guys can get out, because they're going to be stuck there otherwise. But yeah, we definitely needed that. They're still using this dirt road here too, which is interesting. Oh my gosh. I mean, it'll clear up. You can see it. It's starting to get better. But this side here needs to go. And that's what this cycle here is for, 50. But these guys still have right of way. So let's go ahead and maybe swap that now so we can get these guys cleared out. Go back to cycle 50, please. And this should be the cycle where everything starts to normalize, I want to say. Because we should get most of these cars through the lights here. If it doesn't happen, then I'll just hit it again. But most of these guys should make it through this light. There we go. Even some of the buses are getting out of there. We'll hit it one more time. And then let's normalize this light to 15 seconds each interval. 15. And then we'll clear this one. And we'll go ahead and save that. So now we'll have a 15-second interval in both directions. Looks like this one needs cleared just a little bit. We'll add that. We'll add another 15 seconds to that one. And now this whole place is cleared out. And I don't know if it's gonna, like, because they're all bunched together, right? All these vehicles are bunched together. But the green buses should now be coming from this side, while the other buses are coming from that side. And they all still need to go. It's a one-way. You know what? Maybe a two-way is better here. God, man, I don't know. Like, I keep thinking one-way streets is going to work better, but now that I'm separating the buses and making them come from different directions, perhaps that is the solution. But I think the real solution is just another bus depot, right? Like, you need a proper delivery place there. So I'll have to work on that later. You there. By order of me, go back home. Go back to your swamp. I don't know. I would just watch Shrek the other day. My kid likes it. I huffed and I puffed and I signed an eviction notice on that train. All right. So there we go. We have all this road done now. Fantastic. We can now go and connect this up to this side. Looks like I'm going to have to go just a little bit closer to do that. I'm going to go, let's say, out to here and then over. Like so. About like that should be okay. Yep. and then out this way, and then over like so. I can dig that. All right, we'll get those done, and then it looks like you could probably use a little bit of paving. Yeah, we can get that made into asphalt as well. We don't want to disrupt this completely, so we'll only do up to this part here for now. That way, it's going to allow these vehicles to get out and, you know, cross over and do the things they need to do for now, because there's a lot of traffic right here with the crops all being harvested and everything. We definitely need more of this stuff here too. So tell you what we can also do once the track builders are done with this segment. They didn't even start this yet. I thought I said high priority. I mean, I did, but what gives? Taking your sweet time there, aren't you, little track builder? Uh-huh, sure are. Well, luckily for me, again, this is all boards, so it should be fairly fast to do. Let's get you out of the way. This is my gameplay right now, guys. It's just I'm just babysitting trains. So let me just babysit the trains for a little while. Probably come back in the middle of the winter. We're making so much money right now. We're up to 50 million now. Looking pretty good. How is my oil supply over here now? Are we waiting around for it yet? No, but we have completely emptied that tank, so that's cool. And I actually stopped the helicopters focusing on this stuff, and they've started doing plastic stuff, so I might want to consider... Got that done. Well, the labor is still coming out this way. Is that all that's left? Labor. Yeah, labor is it. We've done all material costs already, just labor. Yeah, 390. So we're almost there. Of course, we have to have power too, and that's another matter entirely, isn't it? So let's see. We probably only need like a 120 through here. And tell you what, it might be cheaper to run... It might be cheaper to run one of these. To run one of these to about here. Say we do that. Okay. And we'll just say dirt. Now, of course, none of this stuff is very well fire protected. So if it burns down, it burns down. There's nothing I can do about it right now. But, you know, we'll just, that's the other reason not to want a whole bunch of pumps. The fires cannot originate from pipes, right? Pipes and power lines too. They don't catch fire. So we'll take this right here. I think we'll go with the 235. And we're going to head... I don't want to head out down this road because I don't know if it's permanent or not. But given that the tank is right there, I think it's probably fairly safe to run this up to the tank at least. And then from there, I suppose this is probably safe. So I'll run this to here. And then from there, we can run this 235 all the way down to there. And we're going to have to go just a little bit further like that. And like that. Just because I don't want to have to duplicate my pole over there. There we go. That's better. All right. So with this ran, we get 2.35, which honestly, this is never going to have that much. Well, it could. I guess it could have this much. I just have to connect it with a different source of power instead. So not from here, it won't. It'll never have it from here. But if we connect it with a different source of power, so let's say we put another power transformer. Maybe we put another one like over here or something, like on this side. Let's try from here. And we connect this to that instead. All right. And then we just get another source of power over here. I have this right here. That 7 megawatt line is running all the way out this way, right? And it looks like they've completed it already. Wow. Wowie, 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 wowie. All right, that's done already. It's above ground right here connected there, but that's fine. I'm not building anything there. So that we have 7 megawatts accessible right here. Which is pretty good. If I send 4 of it out this way, you think that's smart? Smart-ish? I got a lot of connection points here. I mean, it wouldn't be such a burden. just take 4 megawatts. And then this one can go that direction, right? We need all this stuff to be powered really well. So we're going to have another power transformer out this way too. I don't want to get in the way of any potential parking lots are right here. So we could do a parking lot there too. And then we need also oil tanks and pumps and all that stuff to be ran in here too. So that's not done yet. So where's this going? Not in the way of the rail. It could be on this side. It's a little extra cabling. I could put it over here too. That wouldn't be so bad. I'm not doing anything in this space. Yeah, I think we'd probably put it here. Let's drop it right there. We'll go ahead and have, let's say, this road worked on for asphalt. That's a pretty permanent road. I don't think I'm going to change that. So we'll have it at least up to this point. We'll go ahead and pave that. And then this can connect to that. And then from there, we're going to take... I don't think this area will pull 4 megawatts. I'm pretty confident that it won't pull 4 megawatts. So this will also serve some power into Charlemagne's North, which is the original purpose for this. But the other thing I wanted to do with this is to, you know, I mean, I guess I didn't do it quite the way I planned. I wanted to have several different instances of high voltage lines. I was running them over here before. Maybe it was here I was doing it. I think it was here that I was doing it. Yeah, there's one connector right there. Okay, so this is where we're doing it then. And then this is a 12. It's the blue one. The blue one is the 7. Okay, so we have 7 coming into here and up to 4 going out, but we're not using anywhere near that. So we can assume we have about 6.5 to work with heading that direction. So I think we go and do another 7 out that way. We can put another high voltage switch right over here along the rail. Man, would that be nice? To be out of the way and be right here would be great. Can I pretty please put this here? It's not level though, is it? No, it's built up because that's what I did with it. All right, I'll have to do it on this side then. It could be here. You know what? Screw it. We'll put it right here. Right here. And it'll just be a dirt connection from here to there. No big deal. And then we'll take the 7 megawatt line. And it goes from here all the way out this way. And yeah, I could do this above ground. I could. But it's only 7 megawatt into this. So it stands to reason, like, why don't I just, you know, keep the same cable that's already coming into it and bring it over here. I'm not gaining anything by putting like if I do a 6, all right, the above ground ones are different intervals. So if I do a 6, I'm losing like maybe half a megawatt in the transaction. Not really all that big of a deal, but okay. I mean, if I had 6.5 to work with, then fine. I don't know. And then if I put the 8 on there, then of course I'm paying for more wattage than I can actually support. Since I have a 7 in, I put a 7 out. I think it's fine. So there we go. And then we're going to want to have more power. So they have this one and then another transformer. I think on the other side is going to be necessary. So we'll put another transformer maybe over here. And yeah, that will be this will be the transformer that's going to start really providing a lot of power to the people over here. But we're also going to need another one after this anyway. Like, we're going to need several different transformers here eventually. Road connect. Let's get rid of this. And you know what? Let's go ahead and just mark this whole road as a thing to do too, right? Yeah, we'll just do this whole thing too. Pave that, guys. Pave that one too. Yeah. I don't care. Let's just get our road crews to do both of these things and this one here. All right, so it's a waiting game now, right? It's a waiting game for them to just complete the things that I've told them to complete, and a babysitting game as well with the track builders. They all need to be babysat because the way the signals are running right now. Although with this row, once this rail is kind of completed, right? I don't want to like segregate the jobs here. I don't want to separate everything out. So once this rail is completed, I'll pop signals here, and then they won't be like super congested here. They won't be super trapped. So you can go now too. And now you're done. So you're going to start running into this guy. So let's get rid of you. There we go. This one completed. This one will want to get out of the way. We're almost to the point where only 2 of them are ever going to be here, and they're never going to get in each other's way. So we're getting close to that point. Yeah, this one just needs a little bit more TLC, and we'll be good to go on that side. And they're, of course, building the bridge, which is usually a very time-intensive thing, but this time we only need to build that top segment, right? Because we went ahead and did that with the land instead. I like it. All right, let me let it run for a whole bunch of time. Okay, so this intersection over here by the refinery just keeps being a problem. I'm gonna go ahead. I've added a light here instead of just making yields, because I had a line out here and then into here, and then I kind of had a line everywhere. There's just too many vehicles coming. It's also interesting that my crop train's stopping. That's probably because of a track builder somewhere. What do you think? Probably. I'm not sure why that would disrupt it, though. Shouldn't. That was the whole point. You're on a completely different track, so I should, hypothetically... Oh, you know what it is? It's this. So I'm starting to have a crossing right here, and that's disrupting it. So I'm going to have to just tell it to ignore the signal for now. It shouldn't have bothered it, but I've decided to do this just so that I can destroy this over here and get this path to be, you know, this road to go all the way up. In order to destroy that, I have to be able to get the track builder onto that track, and so I'm choosing to do it here at the intersection. And because of that, it joins this as the same track and causes a point of potential conflict at that point. But they have started building this. They've got the wooden track already done, and it's already out here. So started building it from this direction and also that direction. And more trains waiting too long. Yeah, I still got to babysit my trains right now. Although I really don't know what's going on with this. It's almost always track builders that will do this. So if I have a standstill with trains out this way, chances are something down the line is causing that slowdown. And, you know, like if I take a look out this way, I would have said it was track builders out here, but they're done with this now, which is pretty cool. We can actually maybe get this to be marked in for what we need to. So let's move these signals, and we'll stick those signals. Yeah, we'll just use those. It's fine. And then we're gonna have this go from this point, I guess from here, as good a place as any. And we'll go ahead and get that to connect on that side, maybe like that, and then you around to there. And then on this one, we'll go from this point out to that should be okay. I know, again, I know it's tight, but the game lets you do it. Someone do it. All right, and then we'll just put the signal on that side there to make that an orange. And then this is all orange still too. We need signals on this side, so there's that signal there. And let's put the signals right on the bridge. We'll say that way, and then that way, and that way. There we go. So that's properly signaled now. Yep. This should go in that direction only, and then down like that. There we go. And then you should just be one of these. Yep. And then over here, we don't have a signal. Yeah, we have a signal right there. Okay. So we can do the same thing through this, except you need to be a chain in that direction, and you can be both ways. You're a chain in that direction. You're clear there. And then all the way over here, clear, chain. And then is there a crossing with this one? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so this one's going to be just straight up like this then. Yep. All right, cool. I don't know why those signals weren't done. I haven't really had a whole lot of conflicts with trains over there, but it's possible that some of the slowdowns right here were happening because of train conflicts over here, just from improper signaling. So that's possible. We're keeping up with fuel really well. But there's still certain things that don't have its own fuel. Like this police station, for example, doesn't have any connections because I don't have enough fuel rats to do it. I'm maxed out, and I got 5 different offices handling fuel in this zone, and there's just not enough connections to go around. But we're close, and the police cars will go to gas stations and refuel too. So they'll go out on patrol, and on their way back, they will get fuel. So it's not like the police cars aren't working. They are still working. It's just kind of a pain in the butt when you want to go respond to a crime, but the car needs to refuel before it can get there, right? And then that probably leads to you not being able to patrol a crime. So that's an issue. So this intersection I was talking about earlier, right over here, I'm leading to, okay, that's the sound of a building. Fire destroyed a building. A medium distribution office? What? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I actually was using this one. I don't think there was any vehicles in there yet. Because, yeah, I don't think there's vehicles in there. And you know what? Honestly, this is kind of a blessing in disguise. All right, because I feel like I should probably, instead of that being a distribution office, I got enough trucks in here already, right? I think I should turn this into a repair shop. And that way it can maintain all of these vehicles in the farm, right? And then put a parking lot over here so people can drive here and work here. So if I'm going to do that, I can get rid of this. And then we can just stick like a parking lot here instead, and then replace this with a repair shop. I like that idea instead. So I don't think I was going to use this. And, you know, we got a whole bunch of different scraps and stuff in here, but it's mostly just a bunch of mixed waste. 138 tons of it. Wow, that's a lot. It's going to be a while before they get there, but I think I just do one of these instead. Takes up about the same amount of room. We will have to move the road, but that's no biggie. We'll do that. I don't want to do it yet because then they'll have a problem getting in here. Although if I cancel this road, if I break this down to here, this will still be a dirt road. But I'd rather they be able to clean this up quicker, you know? So let's just get our demolition offices. All of them can be involved. That's fine. Come out here. They're not doing anything, so we'll go out here and try to clear all this out of here. And it'll take a while, but especially with the winter roads. But yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to give you like the last progress report on this one. I realized the last few videos especially have been just, I know, some of you, I don't know, this is the game, right? So if you're expecting like, oh, a whole new city was built this video, that's just not what we do here, right? We're 100 videos in. I think you kind of get the pacing of things now, right? The overarching goal is going to take a long time to do. Excuse me, what are you doing? These track builders and their lost selves, man. You know, so I think that's something you guys understand by now. I would hope anyway. And so when I apologize for not having a whole lot done the last few videos, there is some done, right? We designed a whole section here, but it's a whole bunch of outlines. You didn't build anything, right? I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I'm mostly responding to comments because this is a very different game when it comes to like city builders and stuff. Most of you guys are used to like the City Skylines vibe where you just place buildings and things work. And that's not what this game does. This is not how it works, right? And so you kind of have to take what you have, but you gotta have to take what's there, right? Or not. You know, some people just don't watch, and that's your right. You can do that. But anyway, I'm having a blast. I hope you guys are too. Despite there being a bunch of yellow outlines, you know, we can go through several different years. We are now going to be into the year 2000. Ooh. Turning over, it's Y2K. Oh, all of our missiles are gonna fire. We don't have any missiles. I'm glad they decided not to do any military in this game, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be playing it very much. Hey, look at this. Look at this. There's so many of these guys are messed up. I guess we have to give them the long trek back and replace them. These guys are gonna... Yeah, they're going to get in the way of so much traffic on the way. Like, they are going to break down. So, especially since they're all clumped together. It's just going to be constant all the way back, man. I'm not looking forward to it. Yeah. All right, I'm going to leave you guys on Christmas Day, 1999, with the roads and stuff for plastic is mostly done. We got some of these extra gravel paths and stuff are in here now. Yeah, we connected all these roads. So those are done. Starting to get progress on the buildings themselves. It's Christmas Day. We're making a killing. Look at that. 5.9 million in November. After spending 96,000 on foreign manpower with the helicopters, right? Helicopters are where all my foreign manpower is coming from. And then because I just can't keep enough people in this thing. Like, nobody wants to work here. I don't know. You know, nobody goes here to work. I can change this to the source, but then my helicopters will just sit there. It's just not happening. I need more people in the area. You know, I guess there's just people that are not unemployed, right? Everybody's got a job in this area. Nobody's unemployed. I guess these 7 people are, but can they even reach that? No. Right? So, like, I don't know. Like, I guess there's some unemployed people, but they're the people that can't reach this. So I guess if I could probably find some value in putting one up here, right? It's at the highest point in the city, land-wise. And the helicopters are right here. They could go pick them up from here. And then all these guys, there's several people without a job over here, right? 4 people there. 60 people unable to get food. Oh, wow. 214 people waiting in line on the shop. Oh, we definitely need another grocery store. Oh, it's the winter time too. This is going to suck. Well, we need to do a rush order here. Shopping center is what we're going to do. I really didn't anticipate needing to place one of these here. And I don't want to place one of these here. I wanted cultural buildings here. Goodness, though. Like, I'm going to have to. 214 people waiting in line. And you know they're all coming from up here, right? Like, there's just an overabundance of people up here that aren't getting it. Like, I have to. God damn, that sucks. Okay, well, how do we play? How are we going to do the logistics of this? I guess I place it right here, of course, but like, do we use the warehouse? You know, is the warehouse going to be used today? I don't know. I wasn't going to, but I kind of have to. We're just going to do dirt paths. Okay, I need that. I think getting this thing built is like priority number 1, right? So we need to have a rush order on this, and we need everyone's participation in getting this building done. All right, we can have everybody in here. That'd be great. It's all dirt paths for now, and then they're all going to be able to walk here as well. So as soon as this building is done, and then distribution, kind of the same thing. Got 20 connections there. There are only 10 connections for this one. This is where all my covered hulls and refrigerated trucks and stuff are. So only 10 connections here. We can connect that one here, and then they can just bring it here directly. But I feel like we're still going to need some overflow, right? We're still going to need something. And I guess a warehouse, right? We're going to need some extra food in stock. I just didn't want this warehouse to be a thing. I did not want to have this warehouse. This is an unwanted warehouse. I'm not going to be able to have my big cultural center on the top of the hill because they need food. And food is understandably more important than our cultural center. So we're just going to have to do it this way. So I think we'll place this right here like this, as close as I can get this to here. And then we'll just, of course, serve it directly. The meat and everything will get served directly. Right there. All right, that's going to be where that is. It connects both of these roads to this dirt road so they can get in here and then leave. So they show up from this side, near side, make their delivery, and then they get the hell out of here, and they can go the long way home, I guess. I don't think I want to have a crossing right here, so if I do, it would be a one-way. So, I mean, I guess I could get behind that, a one-way, that direction. That would just allow them to get back out and go back. I think that's probably a good idea, because otherwise they have to come down here and take the roundabout all the way back, which isn't that big of a deal. But when you compare it to, like, hey, how about you just put a single road right here and it fixes that? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So we'll just put a little road right here, and we'll make sure it's a one-way street in that direction when they build it. And that's all we'll do with that. Yeah, that's priority number 1 for every single construction office in my entire republic, honestly. And I'm gonna even get not Zernovsky. I'm gonna get Sonikova labor to be brought over here too. We're gonna make sure everybody is bringing people right here. I'm even gonna allow right? These guys can walk over from, they're unemployed and stuff, right? They're just going to walk over here into here. Max number of workers outside of the construction office. We can just change that, right? We can say that we want, allow 200 of them, you know? Everybody can come over here and work. Even if you're not part of the construction office, you can come over here and do the job. So as soon as we get resources delivered, you are right here, ready to rock and roll. And the helicopters are already starting to bring it in, and we can start applying that labor immediately. There's gonna be 200 people in here right away building this thing as fast as possible. So this is an emergency project. So, because this sucks. We don't want this. I mean, now they're not waiting anymore, but it's probably because they gave up, and then they're just gonna be unhappy and starving. Right? Starving 1,146 people. Yeah. Yeah, starving 1,133 people. It's affecting health. It's affecting happiness. No good. When we come back for the next one, we'll have this running. Okay? Thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.